Hey everybody, it's Scotty from Scotty's Record Shop with my fourth or fifth attempt at trying to make this video. I've had the phone ring, I had the Jehovah's Witnesses knocking at my door. We're going to try to get through this time, okay? Maybe it's just practice makes perfect, because each time I've been talking too long. So I'd like to thank everybody for watching these videos, and if you'd please, if you're watching it, I'd appreciate it if you subscribe. The little subscribe button down there. I'd greatly appreciate it. Thank you. And thank you to everybody who has subscribed, by the way. We're going to blow through these really quick. We're going to go around the world. No record store day stuff. I'm just not even going to get into it. Maybe I'll find some stuff online cheap down the road. So anyway, let's go around the world. Fleetwood Mac, Go Your Own Way, a Japanese pressing. Very nice. And Olivia Newton-John. I'm a fan of Olivia Newton-John big time. It's even got the strip and everything. This did come from Japan. Love Performances Live 1976. It's got all the posters and everything. It's on EMI, I believe EMI Toshiba. It's a great sounding record. Really nice. It came out in 1981. She issued it. Only in Japan. Staying somewhat close to Japan. Quite far from here. Maine, that is. Little River Band, the Australian version of Backstage Pass. They took the double album that we got, Backstage Pass, and split it up to two separate releases, Backstage Pass with this cover, and Live in America, which had a similar cover to Backstage Pass. But the content on each record is the same. But this is an EMI pressing, EMI Japan, EMI Australia, with a different cover. Great stuff. Big Little River Band fan. Going to Germany now. We've gone from Japan, Australia, now we're going to go to Germany. The Beatles Magical Mystery Tour. This is a 1971-ish pressing, early 70s pressing. No, I'm sorry, an early 80s pressing. I'm sorry. The next record is going to be an early 70s pressing. This is 81. This is by far, I believe, the best sounding pressing of this record. You know, most people would agree with me. Great sounding German pressing of Magical Mystery Tour. Now we'll go to England. This is the one that was an early 70s pressing of a collection of oldies. A nice little collection of their stuff, originally issued at the end of 1966. Again, this is a 71-ish or so Parlophone pressing. One more from England. The Carpenters, Live at the Palladium. I believe this was only issued in England. It's a very nice sounding record. You either like the Carpenters or you don't. I like the Carpenters, although I have to admit the cover is quite cheesy. But the music, it's very well done. Very well done record. Okay, now, although I didn't do the record store day thing, my friend of mine shopped for me at the dump. I'm not kidding. You'd be surprised. One man's treasure is another man's trash, or one man's trash is another man's treasure, depending on how you want to look at it. He found these records at the dump for me and just brought them over and said, it was a bigger pile, but I'm sorting through a lot of the stuff I already had. By the way, thank you, Bob. And some of it was in kind of beat up shape. A lot of it was in decent shape, though. Chambers Brothers, Time Has Come Today, original pressing in decent shape. It's playable, that's for sure. And I didn't have it, so I do now. An Eric Clapton record, a compilation from '73 on Parlophone. I'm not Parlophone, but Polydor. I'm not really sure if this is an American pressing or not. I don't remember this as a kid seeing this one around. It's a nice little compilation of his stuff up to that point. An original pressing of this Steve Miller Band album. I have a 70s pressing of it. Cover's got some writing on it, a little dinged up, but the vinyl's in nice shape, and it's an original pressing on that original Capitol label. This one is in probably the worst shape of them all, but I'm keeping it because I don't have it. It's playable, though. Deep Purple and Rock. Eventually I'll find a better shape copy, but not bad, though. This record rocks. One more from the dump. A Temptations record in great shape. This was in excellent shape. Has the original Motown family inner sleeve It's just a really nice record, you know, for free. It came from the dump. I mean, come on. Okay. From my trip to the Record Connection, a few things in the dollar bin. Didn't go too crazy in the dollar bin. A Seals and Crofts, early Seals and Crofts record that I had, or I have, but my copy's beat up. This is in really excellent shape. It's not on, it's pre-Warner Brothers. 70, 71-ish. For $1 in decent shape, so I grabbed it. The rest of these dollar things are actually Diana Ross. I like Diana Ross. A lot of these I have, but they were beat up. These were all in excellent shape, and like I said, these were all $1. Fix that. There you go. Diana Ross. This one actually is sealed. My copy was pretty trash. This one, I finally get around to opening it, I'm sure will sound just nice. It's been sealed for 30-something years, you know. This record, I think, came out in 77 or so. So, yeah. Great. A couple more Diana Ross records. All of these were in really nice shape, and like I said, for $1. One more. Okay. Get into some other stuff. The Animals, Animalization, original pressing. My favorite Animals album, I think. The first U.S. Animals LP. Featuring their hit. So it says, yeah, including the hit single House of the Rising Sun. Original pressing. And just a really nice shape. Change the musical style again from country music. My parents had this on 8-track when I was a kid, like back in the late 60s. Merle Haggard Live, Okie from Muskogee. If you don't like flat out late 60s country music, this is just not for you, but I love that stuff, especially this record. It's just such a great record. One more, Merle Haggard, an early 70s best of on Capitol, where he was at that point in time. Really is the best of the best. This is kind of my favorite period of Merle Haggard. Some more country, not too much more, but Loretta Lynn, Greatest Hits Volume 1 on Decca. Great stereo separation on this record. Very nice sounding record. I like Loretta Lynn. Loretta Lynn's Greatest Hits Volume 2 in really nice shape as well, for like $2. Picked this up originally for my wife. She's into gospel music, but I like it. I'm not going to lie. I believe the first Loretta Lynn gospel record from 65-ish or so. How young she was on that. She just turned 83, so that was a while ago. A really nice record, actually. Okay, changed the style just a little bit. The very first album from Spirit, and this is in mono. This is I believe it's Sunday's reissue, but it sounds really good. If you've never heard this album, it's really an important record that doesn't get, I don't believe it gets the credit that it deserves. People talk about the Doors, and not that they shouldn't, or Velvet Underground, stuff like that. Innovative. Well, you want innovation, you check this record out. Great record. Some jazz, Weather Report, Heavy Weather. Okay, change the music style again. Some Beach Boys. I'm trying to see which one had the... Yeah, this one, really cheap. The vinyl's in great shape. The cover's got some water damage. Let's see it or not. But some good old early Beach Boys. It's all, you know. Yeah. Okay. Changing it again. I've got a, I think it's an 80s pressing of this, but I don't know why. I saw this for like $2. It was in shrink and everything. It was, you know, and Neil Diamond's greatest hits, for, you know, his stuff up to this point, it was from like the late 60s to 73 or so. but in the original pressing, I figured go for it. The Rolling Stones. This is a later pressing, not it was like late '70s or early '70s pressing of this one. England's newest hitmakers. I have a reissue of this, but I saw it. I never see it in the wild in good shape, so I grabbed it on London. Just changed musical style again. Some funk, the best of the Ohio players. Not just some funk, some great funk. Change the musical styles again. Why not? Van Halen's first record. This is actually a pressing from either 79 or 80. It was before they started doing the barcode thing, but it is not on the original Warner Brothers label. I have a pressing of that as well that's in pretty decent shape, but this was mint. So I went with it. Van Halen's. Okay. The Simon Sisters. This is Carly Simon and her sister back in '64, '65. A very good folk record. This is on Cap Records. I believe this is a mono pressing, I believe, of it. But just really interesting to hear her when she was really young. Some good folk music. A couple more things to go and we'll be done. Yay! Runt. Todd Rundgren and Runt. This is actually the 12-song reissue from the early '80s, and what a great record this is. You really can't go wrong with early Todd Rundgren, and I don't have much of it, so. All right, Quicksilver Messenger Service. This is the anthology. Really, the best place to start if you don't know much about Quicksilver. On Capitol Records. Great record. Quicksilver. A couple more to go. This is an upgrade. Blondie's Parallel Lines. I used to joke about going into the record connection. I've never seen this record. I never saw it. I bought it online. It wasn't in great shape, but I bought it because it was cheap. And then, I knew that sooner or later I'd find it. It's persistence. Half the fun of digging is just, it's not getting what you want when you want. It's just kind of finding stuff when it's time. And it was time for me to have a nice, clean copy of this. One more to go. This is also an upgrade. Wings, Back to the Egg. In much better shape. My copy is an original pressing, and as a kid I played it to death. So that's that. Alrighty, gang. That is what I have for you this month. As always, thank you so much for watching. I know that it ran a little long, but I do appreciate you guys watching these things. Until next time, peace and love.